diving into the spectacular tradition of the Mahakumbh, world's largest spiritual gathering.
That's right, Agna.
Mahakumbh, where faith meets eternity and millions unite in the sacred flow of devotion.
The Kumbh Mela is no ordinary tradition.
Yes.
It is a confluence of faith, astronomy,
Yes.
and history. But what is it exactly?
Okay, so basically the Kumbh Mela is a Hindu pilgrimage occurring every 12 years where people from across the world or across India come together to take a holy dip in sacred rivers which they believe will cleanse their soul or sins and will grant them moksha, which is spiritual liberation.
And when this event occurs at its grandest
Yes.
scale, that is once every 144 years, basically after 12 kumbhs, it is called the Mahakumbh.
But how did this tradition start or what makes it so significant?
And who are those mysterious ash-covered Naga Sadhus?
Stay with us as we uncover the secrets of the Mahakumbh.
Agna, did you know the Kumbh has its roots in the legendary battle between the Dev and the Asura?
Oh yes, absolutely. So basically it all starts with Samudra Manthan, which is churning of ocean, where Devas and Asuras were basically fighting for Amrit, which is nectar of immortality.
As the Shir Sagar or the cosmic ocean was being churned, 4 drops fell onto significant 4 places, which are Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nasik, and Ujjain.
Yes. And so, these 4 places have become sacred grounds for the Kumbh Mela, where all the pilgrims gather to bathe in the holy rivers.
Additionally, we come across 2 more such folklores, both related to the Vahan of Vishnu,
Garud, yes. So basically, according to the first one, when Garud was taking the Amrit Kalash to Lord Vishnu, he basically took rest on the earlier mentioned 4 places, which the Kumbh Mela occurs.
The next one goes by when Garud Dev proceeded to rescue his mother, Vinta, enslaved in the Naglok. He returned with the Amrit Kalash and fought Indra for it. Now, as they exchanged their blows, 4 drops fell onto the 4 places where now the Kumbh is celebrated.
Yes, and for the question, when does this Kumbh Mela happen?
For that, we turn to the cosmic calculations.
Oh yes, absolutely. The Kumbh Mela's timing cannot be random, okay? It follows astronomical alignments.
Correct. Now, when the event occurs, when Brihaspati, that is Jupiter, Surya, that is the sun, and Chandra, which is the moon, align in specific zodiac signs.
Yes, as you said, when Brihaspati enters the Kumbh Rashi, which is Aquarius, and when Surya enters the Mesh Rashi, which is Aries, we get Kumbh Mela at the river Ganga in Haridwar.
Similarly, when Brihaspati enters the Mesh
Yes.
and Surya and Chandra both enter the Makar, which is the Capricorn, the event takes place at Prayagraj's Triveni Sangam.
Yes, and when Brihaspati and Surya both enters the Sinha Rashi, which is Leo, we get to witness Kumbh Mela at river Godavari in Nasik.
Now, when Brihaspati enters the Singh Rashi and Surya is in Mesh Rashi, the occasion happens at the Shipra river of Ujjain.
Yes, and after every 144 years, when all of these alignments return to a rare celestial pattern, we get to witness the Mahakumbh, the rarest of them all.
If you've ever seen the photos of the Kumbh, one group stands out, the Naga Sadhus. These ash-covered saints with matted hair and fierce expressions look straight out of the mythology.
Yes, and in a way, they are. The Naga Sadhus are basically warrior monks or spiritual warriors who renounce the material world.
They live in extreme conditions, practice rigorous penance, and gather in public only during the Kumbh, and that too to share the knowledge gathered all these years. Then it leads to the grand Pavitra Snan.
Yes, and their first dip in the river marks official start of the Kumbh, a spectacle you need to see to believe it.
Now, their origin dates back to Adi Shankaracharya, who organized these sadhus into the groups called akhadas, where they just shared whatever, they were just trained over there.
Yes, it is said that in 1751, Ahmad Shah Bangas defeated the Nawab of Awadh, Safdarganj.
While the ruler was about to claim its victory over the fort, the parva for the Kumbh began.
Yes, the Naga Sannyasis, after getting done with Pavitra Snan and rest of the celebrations, formed a battalion against Bangas.
The abrupt guerrilla not only set a defeat against the Mughal emperor, but it also ended up protecting the holy city of Prayagraj.
Yes, and the grand celebration of Kumbh wasn't just limited to Mughal era. It was also continued to be held during British Raj as well. And some British officials made necessary arrangements as well.
Well, I just thought they colonized us, but you see, well.
Yes. Earlier, Priya, you mentioned about akhadas, right? What exactly are they?
So, akhadas are basically spiritual guilds or the monastic orders where the sadhus practice meditation, yoga, and very evidently even combat.
Yes, and I guess this is also because Adi Shankaracharya believed that along with Shastra, the Gyan of Shastra is also important for the protection of Dharma.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we see 13 major akhadas over here.
Yeah, they are mainly divided into 7 sannyasis or Shaiva, followers of Shiva, 3 Vaishnavas, followers of Vishnu, and 3 Udasins, the neutral ascetics.
Yes, each akhada has their own pramukh, isht, and their own traditions, of course.
Yes.
They compete with each other in order to lead first at the Pavitra Snan. It's grand and a regal affair.
Yes, absolutely. And for Hindus, the akhadas represent the continuity of dharma and spiritual strength, keeping the ancient traditions alive.
The Mahakumbh isn't just a festival, it's a spiritual reset, a time when people from all walks of life come together in the pursuit of enlightenment.
Yes. Millions of people bathe in holy rivers, believing that the sacred water will dissolve their past sins and will grant them moksha.
But as quoted by Sant Kabir,
नामे जप में, नामे तप में, नामे योग संन्यास में, we find God or enlightenment through our karma, that is action.
totally. Anyways, whether you are a believer, a seeker, or someone just fascinated by the grandest gathering of humankind, Mahakumbh is an experience unlike any other.
Yes, and on that note, it's time to wrap up. And do tell us, would you ever like to visit the Mahakumbh?
Until next time.
Yes.